Hello, I'm Sarah Grace, and this is my personal project. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you the 24 chords that I learned and the song that I learned for my personal project. Okay, so I'm going to start with the A's, and the first one is actually just A. And the way you play this chord is your first finger is on the third string from the top, second fret, and then your second finger goes the fourth string from the top in the second fret, and then your third finger just goes right under that on the second finger from the bottom, or the fifth from the top, and they're all in the second fret, and it just sounds like this. And then there is another A chord called A7, and it's a two-finger chord, and the first finger goes the third string from the bottom, and then the second finger skips over a string and goes the second string from the bottom. So it's the third string from the top, second string from the bottom, all in the same second fret, and then it sounds like this. And then there's A minor, and your first finger goes third string from the top like it was for A7, and then your second finger is in the same fret, and it is the fourth string from the top in the second fret, and then your third finger goes second string from the bottom in the next fret over, and it sounds like this. And then there's A minor 7, and it's in the first finger is in the second fret again, and it's the third from the top, and then your next finger goes in the next fret over, and it is the second string from the bottom, and it just sounds like this. And then there's A major 7, and it is played with the first finger, the third string from bottom, and then the second finger is the third string from the top in the next fret over, and then your last finger goes the second string from the bottom in the second fret, and it sounds like this. But the first finger goes on the second string from the top, and then you skip a fret, and your second finger goes the third string from the top, and then the next string down, and the next string down. So it's kind of like a row right here, going downwards. So this third string is the fourth from the bottom, and the fourth finger is the fifth string from the top, and it sounds like this. And then there's B7, and your first finger is the third string from the bottom, or from the top, and then your next finger is in the next fret over, and it's the second string from the top, and then the next one is you skip a string and go down, and then you skip a string and go down again. So it's your first finger is on in the first fret, third string from the top, and then your next finger is the second string from the top in the second fret, and then the rest are in the second fret too, and then your third finger is the fourth from the top, and your last finger is on the bottom string, and it sounds like this. And then your last B chord is B minor, and your first finger is the second string from the top in the second fret, and then your next finger is in the third fret, second from the bottom, and then your fourth and third finger are in the third fret, and third and fourth from the top. So it sounds like this. Okay, and then the C's, the first one is just C, and it goes, the first finger is in the first fret, and it's on the bottom, second from the bottom, and then the next finger is the next fret. You skip a string, and you go to the third string from the top, and then the last finger is in the third fret, and it is the second string from the top, and you put your finger on that, and then it sounds like this. And then there's C, F, and the first finger is the second string from the bottom as well. And then the next finger is in the second fret, and it is the third from the top. And then the last two fingers are in the third fret, and it's the second from the top, and the fourth from the top. And it sounds like this. And then there is C major 7, and it has two fingers, and the first finger is the second from the top in the first fret, the second string from the top of the first fret, and the next one is the third finger, the third string from the top, and you put your finger on that, and it's in the second fret, and it sounds like this. Okay, so the next chords are the D chords, and the first one is just D, and the first finger goes on the second fret, third string from the bottom, and then your next finger goes on the bottom one in the second fret, and then your last finger goes in between them, the second string from the bottom in the next fret, and it sounds like this. And then there is the D7 chord, and the first finger is pretty much the opposite of this. So the first finger is actually down here, and it is the second string from the bottom, and then the second finger's in the second fret, and it's the third string from the bottom, and then one skips a line, goes to the last string on the bottom, and it sounds like this. And then there's the D minor chord, and the first finger is at the bottom, and it is in the first fret, and then the next finger is the third string from the bottom in the next fret, and then the last finger is in the bottom, in the second string from the bottom in the third fret, and it sounds like this. And then there's the D minor 7 chord, and the first fingers are in the first fret, and the first finger's on the bottom string in the first fret, and then the second one is right above that on the second string in the bottom in the first fret, and then the next finger is the third string from the bottom in the second fret, and it sounds like this. Not like that, like that. And then the D major 7 chord is all three fingers in the second fret. The first finger is the third from the bottom, the next finger is the second from the bottom, and the third finger is the bottom string. Okay, so the E are the next ones, and the first one is just E, and the first finger is the third string from the bottom, and the next finger is in the second fret, and it is the second string from the top, and then the third string from the top, and it sounds like this. And then there is the E7 chord, and the first finger is the third string from the bottom, like the E before, and then the second finger is the second from the top in the second fret. That's what it sounds like. And then there's the E minor chord, and it's two fingers in the middle, second and third string from the top. Your first finger's on the second, and your third finger is on the third string from the top, and it sounds like this. And then there's the E minor 7 chord, and it is one finger in the second fret, second string from the top. And then the next ones are Fs, and there's two Fs. The first one is just F, and the first finger is the bottom string on the first fret, and then the next one is the next one up, the second string from the bottom in the first fret. And then your third finger is third string from the bottom in the second fret, and then your last finger is fourth from the bottom in the third fret. It sounds like this. And then the F major 7 chord that I learned is your first finger is the second string from the bottom in the first fret, and then your next finger is the third string from the bottom in the second fret, and then your last finger goes in on the third string from the top in the third fret, and it sounds like this. Okay, so the last ones are G, and the first finger goes on the second fret in the second from the top string on that string, and then the next finger is the top string of the third fret, and then the last finger, the third finger, is on the bottom string in that third fret, and it sounds like this. And then the last and final chord that I learned was G7, and the first finger goes on the bottom in the first fret, and then the next finger, the second finger, is the second from the top in the second fret, and then the last finger is the actual top one in the third fret, and it sounds like this. Okay, the song that I'm going to be playing is Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond.